Hey everybody, and welcome to the Environmental Defense Initiative's February recap video. My name's Emma, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Environmental Defense Initiative. We've had a lot of climate wins and some climate losses this month, so I'm going to jump right into it. So our first environmental win for the month of February is going to be the slow healing of the ozone layer. So the ozone layer is going to block about 95% of UV radiation from reaching the Earth's atmosphere. And that UV radiation can be very harmful to humans if not blocked, and can even cause cancer. So the Montreal Protocol was an international treaty signed between multiple countries a couple of years ago, aiming to reduce the production of chemicals that can deplete the ozone layer. So that, coupled with some new legislation passed by the Environmental Protection Agency in the US and other environmental organizations in other countries, have allowed the ozone layer to heal itself over the past couple of years. And now it's on track to be completely healed by 2040 across most of the world, and by 2060 in the Arctic and Antarctica. Our next environmental win has a lot to do with pandas. So everybody knows that pandas have been on the endangered species list for over 20 years now. And about a couple of months ago, they were downgraded from endangered to vulnerable. And so there's about 1,800 pandas in the wild now, which is why they're no longer on the endangered species list. Originally, they were endangered due to a lot of poaching and habitat loss. So since they're most common in China, and China is such a large manufacturing country, so many bamboo forests were completely cleared so that the Chinese government could build more factories and more housing for the millions of people that are currently living in China. So the clearing of those bamboo forests took away a vital food source for the pandas and caused them to die out. And also, since their furs are so valuable, so many poachers hunted these pandas down to the decreased population they're at right now. So thankfully, with the efforts of the Chinese government to restore these bamboo forests as of late, the panda population has slowly begun to creep back up again, and they're no longer endangered. So our third environmental win for the month of February is the paused approval of CP2, which stands for the Calcasieu Pass 2. So this is a proposed liquefied natural gas shipping area to be built on the coast of Louisiana. So the approval for this project has been paused because the Biden administration is very concerned with the potential effects it could have on climate change, because it's going to be shipping 24 million tons of natural gas overseas per year. This is going to result in so much carbon dioxide emissions that it can have drastic impacts on climate change. So the Biden administration has paused approval of this project until they can further look into the impacts it will have on our climate and our environment. Our fourth environmental win for this month has to do with air pollution. So the US Environmental Protection Agency just released a new standard for soot pollution of 9 micrograms per cubic meter. So this standard is predicted to decrease the amount of people who die from air pollution by 4,500. So this is insane, considering that the amount of people who die from air pollution per year is currently at about a little bit over 8 million. So this legislation is really going to change people's lives, greatly decrease the amount of people who die from air pollution and the amount of people who suffer from respiratory illnesses from air pollution. Our fifth and final environmental win for this month is going to be the reopening of the Palisades nuclear power plant in Michigan. So originally this plant was shut down due to financial reasons, but now it is being funded by the Biden administration. So the Biden administration is putting $1.5 billion towards reopening this power plant because it's going to produce about 800 megawatts of energy. And this is enough to power almost 800,000 homes in Michigan. So this funding from the Biden administration just represents how dedicated the US is, and other countries are in general, to transitioning away from non-renewable energy sources and towards renewable energy sources so we can be more sustainable in the future. So although we had a lot of environmental wins this month, we also had some environmental losses. A lot of people know that private jets are very detrimental to the environment and can exacerbate climate change. It's not that private jets emit more carbon dioxide than just regular commercial planes, but since private jets are usually only flown by a couple of people at a time, whereas commercial planes can hold like 200 to 300 people at a time, the carbon emissions per person is a lot higher on private jets than it is on commercial jets. So Because of this, our favorite celebrities like Taylor Swift, who own private jets and are currently on an international tour, use these private jets to get themselves from one concert to the next. And by doing this, they release about 2 tons of carbon dioxide per hour. And that's the equivalent of the amount of carbon dioxide one person would emit in 3 months. In addition to the impact of private jets on the climate, scientists are currently predicting that 2024 is going to be the hottest year on record. Since 1850, the Earth's temperature has increased by 2 degrees Fahrenheit because of all the carbon dioxide emissions that we are putting out into the atmosphere. And these come from private means of transportation like cars, and they can also come from public means of transportation like planes, like we were talking about before, and trains. So carbon emissions from all of these sources are going to be exacerbating climate change, and if we don't do something about it now, then it's only going to get worse. Teddy recently released a microplastic pollution petition that aims to urge authorities in large textile manufacturing companies to mandate the installation of water filtration systems in textile factories. We need to filter out microplastics before they're released into our oceans and can infiltrate our food supplies. These microplastics can have adverse effects on both human and animal health. Visit our website to sign this petition today and help reduce microplastic pollution. Teddy has some exciting opportunities coming up in the month of March. We are going to be having a webinar with geologist Kate Larson on March 14th, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch that recording. We also currently have a recording up of our webinar with Professor Eric Friedman from Michigan State University, where he talks about his career in environmental journalism. Also, make sure you visit our website and sign our microplastic pollution petition. Every signature counts. We also have some exciting blogs coming up this month about the unsustainable prom dress industry and ozone layer healing, so make sure you subscribe to us on Medium to catch those blogs. Once again, if you want to learn more about what's happening in the environment and how you can take action in your own community, follow the Environmental Defense Initiative on all of our social media platforms, and don't hesitate to email us any questions you may have. Thanks for watching this month's recap video, and I look forward to seeing you guys next month. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.